Everyone, welcome to Software Deep Dive. Today's topic: after you grant permissions to apps, what exactly do they do with them? Whenever we install an app, it always throws a bunch of pop-ups before we can use it. What app is requesting location permission, requesting access to your contacts? You might not have cared, just tap agree, or if privacy conscious, hit deny. Either way, the app still works fine. But have you ever thought that with just one permission you grant, the app gets a golden pass to roam freely and do whatever it wants on your phone? Red flag 1. Reading data freely. Recently, someone found that dialing defaults to an analyze album content permission, identifying and analyzing image locations or types. Photos in albums are usually saved because they capture important moments or things we are into. Getting photo analysis permissions is basically the same as handing over your browser history. Your tastes, location, interests, even your kinks could be laid bare for all. Remember, these are the original readable files, leaving all the EXIF data fully exposed. In skilled hands, the EXIF data from a single photo can piece together almost all of someone's basics. For video apps whose content will your photos become, I do not even want to know. You think AI video expansion models are trained on what exactly?
Could not say.
What you want to revoke permissions and clear cache? Your photo album might not survive it. Just kidding, after all, it was just a bug. How would Matron dare to delete your photos so brazenly?
Disgusting! I do it with lights off!
As for other perms like getting your app list or file access, just see if it pushes loan apps after knowing you have got a stock trading app. That tells you all. If this information gets uploaded to the cloud and run through big data analysis, a pinpoint accurate user profile is born. That CD4 spec sheet you saved, now it is a foot massage parlor on your home feed. An Audi Horch on the street triggers a pop-up for First Love Cafe, so now I have got to binge watch some Cadillac videos. Red flag 2. Personalized pushes. Once they have your user profile, what follows is the infamous targeted ads. Analyzing private data, your account gets various tags, like Alibaba's classic core user tagging and data analysis hub, Alimama DMP. Through Alibaba's official Alimama DMP audience guide for merchants and various consumer white papers, we get a glimpse. We can completely reverse engineer how they put those labels on you. In the Alimama DMP manual, merchants can target you using thousands upon thousands of tags. Some tags are extremely straightforward, like highbrow's favorite, no purchase. If you repeatedly eye a pair of shoes on Taobao, add to cart, but never pay, you will enter this tag pool. Merchants can buy this audience segment directly, then send you targeted coupons or ads the next day, a tactic called harvesting. Some are deep preference effect tags, meaning what you subconsciously desire. For example, for consumer electronics, algorithms categorize you as metrosexual small-town youth, single tenant, or Gen Z, and for soft furnishing move-in new residents, Alibaba's criteria are clear. Over the past 30 days in categories like life appliances, home decor, personal care, and health massage gear, browse, searched, added, or favorited, plus life stage and family structure tags. For instance, savvy students, young students, or those 23 and under, usually no stable income, but with some spending money and free time. Most vibrant spenders, fastest growing for most brands, and keen on low price range goods from well-known established names. For imported goods, their spending is mid to low range. They factor in your spending power, demographics, pregnancy, age, and student status to infer your family type, single, expecting, or with kids. Alibaba Research Institute once published the renowned 8 Consumer Groups white paper, categorizing hundreds of millions of consumers into 8 types: small-town youth, Generation Z, sophisticated mothers, urban seniors, small-town seniors. Behind each category lies a complex formula for purchasing power, active hours, and preferred goods. Even seemingly unrelated info like weather, delivery address, home prices, and daily steps can all become fodder for data analysis. If you're tagged as homebody, living in urban villages or small towns, you might have fallen victim to a /B grade counterfeits. Next time you get bad fruit or old clothes, try complaining more. Even changing your shipping address to downtown work, same store might send you something different. So since companies can analyze us so thoroughly, can we fool this model by intentionally browsing in a certain way, or known as account nurturing? Actually, it is not that complicated. Since Alibaba publicly shares some criteria, these algorithms are now an open secret. Just open Taobao, go to Settings, Privacy Settings, scroll down to Add Management, tap in, and you will find a dense web of tags all over your profile. Every browse, every order you have made becomes a data point for them. By tweaking these tags, you can still correct your digital profile to some extent, helping the platform recommend products more accurately. Thunder Advertising Union. You think that is it? Not even close. When it comes to selling privacy, capitalist interests are perfectly aligned. They formed various ad alliances, like Alibaba's Alimama and Tencent's Guangdiantong, ByteDance's Pango, JD.com Union, Baidu Union, and the list goes on and on. These ad alliances are not as fiercely guarded as we would imagine. Instead, they often share data, even allowing a single app to connect to multiple alliances at once. Different alliances share information, piecing together a more complete user profile. That is why if you search for a graphics card on JD.com, Taobao pushes a motherboard. Search headphones on Tmall, Taobao suggests a mousepad. In comparison, directly asking for mic permission seems so blatant and out in the open. Such a blatant tactic easily alarms users. There are far more subtle and elegant ways to collect data, so why use such a clumsy, thankless method? Besides, indiscriminate audio collection just adds more noise. diapers discussed by moms on the subway will not translate into purchases for skipping students. The makeup discussed by girls in the office will not show up in the recent Bratz shopping cart either. Instead, it exposes data collection and privacy listening. In the age of big data, focusing on single-device browsing and cross-verifying across apps is how they precisely target each group. So you are saying since the platform's algos have me figured out so well, could not I just switch accounts and make them reset? Not a chance. Did you really think companies would give up a hard-won user profile that easily? These tags have long been tied to your device, specifically your device's IMEI number. This IMEI is your phone's digital ID unique to every single device, so even if you switch up your profile, the platform will still recognize you. It is still you. So that begs the question, it seems this app never even asked for IMEI permission. How did it get this code then? So do you remember granting it permission for phone and contacts at some point? You thought it wanted to make calls, but really it was for this digital ID number. Unlike camera permissions, which you grant on the fly, for phone and contacts perms, authorize it just once, and that is enough for the platform to tag your device. Even revoking later does almost nothing, just like inertial guidance. Even scarier, the Alibaba ecosystem extends beyond Taobao to Ella.me, Amap Youku, and more. Using your phone number or device ID, the system generates a unique one ID, known as cross-domain data fusion. Your binge-watching tastes on Youku and your ride routes on Amap all feed into this ID. With AI, these systems have evolved to profile users, not just recording your past, but predicting what you will do next. For instance, if it sees you bought cat litter, the algorithm automatically tags you for pet supplies and high-potential buyer, pushing cat treat ads your way. They will track your entire journey, searches, browsing, dwell time, carts, favorites, buys, and repeat buys. Even without buying, your search keywords and dwell time are semantically parsed by AI into interest tags. This is the renowned funnel model. At this point, do you still think all these major players racing to build their own large language models are reinventing the wheel? Still wondering if platforms as free delivery and the AI reckless splurge are charity? The more you use their AI, the more thoroughly they analyze you. In truth, every gift from fate comes with a price secretly marked. Red flag 4, legal regulation, back to square one. Since companies can dig up so much from our private data, is not there any department or law that can keep them in check? Fortunately, or unfortunately, what we are seeing now is actually the result of joint regulatory efforts. Back in the day, the Android ecosystem was a mess. There was no unified Google Play Store for vetting, and App Store was Apple only. Many apps enforce a rogue logic, no perms, no access, crash out. Consider a flashlight app demanding your contacts and location. Such excessive data collection is a serious issue. To tackle this chaos, the state introduced 3 laws. This provides the direct legal basis for regulating domestic apps, the Personal Information Protection Law, the Data Security Law and Cybersecurity Law of the People's Republic of China, after enactment. The MIT and Cyberspace Administration of China launched routine special rectification actions. Regulators use automated tools to check the app's API call activities. If an app is found collecting beyond scope, forcing permissions, or harvesting data without pop-ups, it faces public exposure and even forced removal. To prevent delisting, domestic developers must show a pop-up before accessing sensitive hardware, APIs. Provide clear reasons, stick to them strictly, and uphold the principle that basic features work without permissions. That is a bit much. Denying them seems fine. The app works, which leads to the multi-layered permission requests we see. But as you use more features, like Taobao's photo search or Meituan's cashback for photo reviews, they will just ask for those same permissions you denied all over again. At this point, you have no choice but to give in to these apps. After all, the requests are fair. But after you grant permission and leave that review, almost no one manually turns it back off. Even if you turn it off now, next time you use it, it will pop up again asking anew. Eventually, you will be in a rush or urged on by friends and forget to revoke those perms. Forget to turn it off once, and the next use is so seamless you will completely forget about the permission. Even if you want to revoke these perms, the menus are nested deep, burying the toggle so you would never find it. But what you would never guess is that even the process to revoke permissions has many devs towing legal lines. Let us count for Dianping, Taobao, and Meituan. Revoking privacy permissions each takes 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. No coincidence, it is under the Cyberspace Administration of China, Michigan IT. The 4 departments State Administration for Market Regulation included, jointly issued app rules in 2019, as per Article 1, Clause 3 of the measures for determining the illegal collection and use of personal information by apps. Privacy policy and other rules are hard to access. For instance, needing more than 4 clicks after the main screen to access them can be deemed an illegal act of concealing collection rules. Though initially for privacy policy viewing, later in MIT and App Store compliance reviews, the 4-click limit was expanded. This serves as the core quantitative test for judging an operation's ease. In other words, without this regulation holding them back, developers could bury permissions 5, 6, or even countless layers deep to stop you from revoking them. Easy to turn on with one tap, hard as hell to turn off. As for that IMEI I mentioned earlier, it is not as easy for apps to get now. Instead, they use something called an advertising identifier code. The biggest difference between this code and the IMEI is its anonymity and impermanence. It can be reset. Once you reset this code, all the tags previously linked to it will be wiped clean. Platforms will have to relearn your user profile and habits. You can find this in your phone settings under Ads and Privacy or similar. For iPhone users, iOS 14.5 and up, apps cannot access AD identifiers by default. That is why every time you open a new app, a pop-up asks if you allow it to track activity from other apps. After all, you do not want to buy a used phone only to have apps push the old owner's taste daily. NTR kind of tempting, actually. Oh right, got a new phone, what do you do with the old one? Even so, some apps will inevitably mess with those derived permissions. Take photo analysis permissions, for example, you probably granted that along with album access permissions. Grant once but revoke many times. A clever little trick from the developers, would not you say? But that is not the worst, at least it did not cost you cash. Some car companies even use this trick for membership features. Activate ETC in your car, and an extra service is pre-ticked. So each time you hit the highway, you are charged an extra 1 to 2 yuan. And this 1 to 2 RMB service fee is buried in the user terms 99% of people skip. Even if you check your bill, you would just think it is a one-off parking fee or a management fee for a hotel or mall gone in a flash. You would never notice it is a fee charged every time you get on or off the highway, even during free holiday travel periods. This neat trick of hiding payment toggles in user terms, truly something else. Wow. As they say, the law rises a foot, the devil rises 10. For profit, companies will always test and skirt the law. And the law's job is to shrink the room for rogue platforms. When power between platforms and consumers is uneven, that power must be caged by regulations. With ads now an integral part of the internet ecosystem, a complete ban on personalized push is unrealistic. After all, for us power users, sometimes we do want video sites to show more of what we love. Countless niche hidden gem creators are not they recommended to you linked from videos you already love.
Laughing skyward, burning fate. 虽人敢也，我不也。Pleasure.
If everyone's feed was just those top BILIBILIU P100, the internet would become stagnant and small creators would have no chance. And in the long run, the ad economy is the very soil we creators depend on to live. Not all passions pay, and creators cannot all just work for love. If ads vanished, who would push us for more content? And who has not been sold on great products by recommendations? Just once you are stunned, they sell this. Why is this creator just appearing? Personalized recommendations seem to work then, do not they?